If people get married because they are happy with the person or found someone they love or find someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with or have a family with, how come so many marriages end in divorce? I'm Dr. Anthony Collada. I'm a board-certified psychiatrist. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about marital therapy or couples counseling, which often helps to try to resolve relationship issues or conflicts between a husband and wife or between two people so that their relationship can be more fulfilling, more fruitful, more meaningful, and there could be less arguments and disagreements among them. So some of the most common reasons that people do end up getting divorced, according to statistics just identified through ChatGPT, is a lack of commitment to the marriage. Infidelity is someone cheats on a partner. Not only can that break trust, that could also lead to either person in the relationship developing severe trauma, even post-traumatic stress disorder, because of the emotional trauma due to the betrayal of the spouse. Another common reason that people may get divorced is communication problems, whether it's not listening to the other, not being heard, maybe a misunderstanding, or having conflicts that aren't resolved. One of the ways that I've heard about how husband and wife should resolve conflicts is to dedicate a certain amount of time each week just to focus on some of those conflicts so that during the day, they can enjoy each other's company, they can have fun, do the playful things that really help them with their relationship, and then maybe dedicate an hour or so each week to talk about the things that they need to improve and need to resolve. Some of the other common reasons people end up getting divorced are financial reasons, domestic violence, and substance abuse, or some mental health history. There could be not enough family support that can lead to more strain on the marriage. There can be unrealistic expectations, which can lead to conflict or dissatisfaction within the relationship. Perhaps marrying at a young age, people may not be mature enough to have chosen the right partner, to know more about themselves, so it ends in divorce. And then also religious differences can be a common reason that people choose to divorce. But again, all these factors are taken into account when undergoing therapy, either individually or within the couple. And so these things may come out into the open or surface during a therapy visit or couples counseling. Now, when I was in my residency training, the philosophy for what to do in marital counseling is pretty simple. It's that each person is basically joined together as one unit. And so really you work together with them, or the therapist works together with the couple about common goals and that they'll use together for like themselves and their family and their daily lives. Unfortunately, by the time many people get into couples counseling, their relationship has been negatively impacted for so long, or there's these underlying patterns or underlying problems that aren't able to be addressed quickly enough, and people end up getting divorced anyways. So this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the process that people may go through in repairing these relationships and about marital therapy. So first of all, it's important for the therapist to treat the couple as one unit, and they shouldn't give too much favoritism on each side, but they should hear the perspectives of each person and kind of understand what each person is going through and listen, maybe reflect, summarize, and help sort of bridge the gap between the communication difficulties or the perception difficulties between the two parties. Now, why could there be this communication and perception difficulties? Well, when you think about it, each person basically grew up their own set of life and values and beliefs and attitudes about all these different things that they encounter in their everyday life. And so when you bring two people with different upbringings together, they may not see eye to eye on so many circumstances, yet they need to function together as one person or one unit in order to function effectively in society and within their family and with each other. So many times if people have their underlying mental health issues or problems, this can impact the spouse. And so if anyone's struggling with an addiction or with some anxiety or depression, they should get that treated individually while they're working, or even before they work on it in couples counseling. Because really each individual member needs to change and get better, as long as the couple themselves need to change, get better, and improve. Now, many times in mental health, when we're taking a history and trying to find out people's relationship patterns and their marriage status, and if people go through multiple marriages, it can suggest that they haven't effectively resolved some underlying core issues in their life. So it could suggest a certain personality disorder, like Maybe they have borderline personality disorder or dependent personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder meaning they go from one relationship to another and they get very unstable when the relationship breaks up. Or people who have dependent personality disorder are basically dependent on other people to fulfill themselves. Or maybe the person just has low self-esteem, so that in order to feel better about themselves, they need to be attached to somebody else. Now, one example in the Bible that could be suggestive of this low self-esteem or this pattern of getting in relationships or marriage partners is the Samaritan woman. And when the Samaritan woman went to the well and Christ ran into her into the well, she realized that she went through all these marriages, all these relationships, and then she was never fulfilled, never found total value in her life. And Christ presented to her that she's not going to find value in her spouses or in other things in the world, but Christ redirected her to himself. He says, if you believe in God and find your value and worth in God, that's really what you're thirsting for. So basically, she was searching for love in all the wrong places. She needed to search for love through God and through Christ, and then that's going to help her to love herself, and by that process, she's going to more effectively love other people. Similar to this biblical concept is that the Bible says that when people married, the two become one flesh. And that's very similar to this philosophy I was taught in residency, that the married couple becomes one unit with the shared value and goals. And that's really what the focus is on marital therapy and couples counseling, to help them with shared goals. Hopefully this helps to understand the process of marital counseling and marital therapy. Be sure to like the video for more videos like this one, and comment below for any clarification or experience with this topic. Thank you.